Hello Scorpio! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. You can find it at usgamesinc.com if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. And then there's the Hay House website down here, if you're interested. Feel free to freeze frame on any of that information if you want it, of course. Of course. What do we have for Scorpio? Well, you got the Sun card. Are we playing strategically? Are we trying? We don't want to. You don't want to play strategically. Your cards are out, and it's like, things are going to go well. You're playing strategically. You just really don't want to. Scorpio's a very interesting energy. A lot of strength. Prefer to do things is how I look at you guys. Secrets, you guys can keep secrets like nobody's business. But the thing is, sometimes you hold back. It's not because you want to, but more because you're like looking at a situation in the sense of like, for the outcome I want, for the harmony I want, you have harmony and best possible decision. Right here at the bottom. I'm trying to make the best decision for everybody. Scorpio has a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of passion. I think of Scorpio as having a great amount of passion and very effective. But the thing is, sometimes the biggest challenge is to not do anything. To just not do anything. It can be very difficult, but very effective. And right now, I do see you holding back a lot. I want to kind of like roll the dice on these, but I'm seeing the Two of Swords, but it's by choice. The Two of Swords is like a block, holding back, not reacting, but it's coming up in like your spiritual spot, kind of like, no, I think it's better if I just don't. Do I want to? Definitely. Am I gonna? No. When you make up your mind, you make up your mind, but it's hard for you because you're like, I feel like I'm cheating out on this. Like, I'm just not handling something that maybe I should, but at the same time, I feel like it's better. It's better if I just don't. It's kind of like, I don't like holding back. I don't like it. But I feel like it's necessary. Let's just, again, we're going to roll the dice. Like, is there more depth we can get to this? Justice. Well, that makes sense. And the Ten of Wands, which is stress, but success through stress. This is how this might be somebody else going through a struggle, but you're like, yeah, they've gone through this a couple times, and maybe you've helped them a couple times, and you're like, every time I help them, it does get better, but they come back and they do it again. It's like they're not figuring it out. Every time I do it, it's like I'm fixing it for them, and they're not figuring it out. This time, I'm not going to let them, drown. I'm not going to let this be the end of them. But I gotta hold back and I gotta let them fix it. I gotta do this because they're clearly not learning what they need to learn by me helping them. It's kind of like I'd rather they realize I help them realize what I'm doing and why, and then not repeat the problem. But instead, what they're doing is like they're looking at you like they're like, well, I can try again, and this time if it fails, Scorpio will save me. So I'll try again. Failed again, Scorpio will save me. This time they tried again, and you're like, okay, let's not play this game. Scorpio's not going to save you this time. They keep doing the same thing over and over. I'm seeing this King of Pentacles as the challenge card. They're repeating a mistake, but I feel like they're using you like their get out of jail free card. And you're like, no, this might be why you're really holding back. Because you could play the get out of jail free card again. You could be the get out of jail free card for them if you want to. But you fully know, I don't like that. I don't like them using me like that. And maybe they don't totally see it that way, but it's kind of like that's how it's playing out. That's the after effect that's going on here. They're doing things, they're taking chances, they're not holding responsibilities quite where they should. And then Scorpio comes in and saves the day, and you're like, I'm not looking to be your superhero, because it's almost like you're being their superhero. You're saving the day for them, and I don't think you want to be, and you're not liking it. You're not enjoying that. It's just not. You're like, I didn't sign up for that. I'm not enjoying that. Like they can like tell me how awesome I am, but that's not what I want from them. Like, that's not what this is about. You know, it'd be even better if they just did what they were supposed to in their own life. I don't need the compliments. It's not making me feel better at this point. It would make me feel better if they learned and did things a better way. And you're holding back. You're like, I'm going to hold back. I wouldn't say you're angry. I would say you're not happy. It's different. I feel like you know what that means. You're not like angry, but you're not happy with how this is going. Not happy. So you're holding back, and you're like, all right, I'm going to keep my eye on it. You're definitely going to keep your eye on it. Scorpio's very, very intuitive, though, and you can keep your eye on things without people knowing you're keeping an eye on it. So they might think you're completely not there, you're completely not paying attention, you're not even... They might think you have no idea what's going on. Meanwhile, you actually know exactly what's going on. You're just making sure it doesn't totally sink, but you're like, I'm going to let them get pretty bad. If I have to help them, then I'll help them, but I'm only going to help them stay afloat. They're still going to have to save themselves. I'm not here for the game of superhero. I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it. That's a positive thing. I've known other people like that in life where they're just like, I've played that game. It's exhausting and it doesn't have the outcome I want. I'm not going to play it today. They have to go forward and make their own decisions. If they don't know that you know what's going on, if that's allowed, if that's a possibility, and it's a general read, so let's take it in that sense, I'm thinking that's better for them. They get stronger. They will definitely get stronger. If they don't know you're watching, so if you can be more secretive, maybe you're looking at this and you're considering giving some like pointers, maybe giving some advice. If you stay completely out of it and they fix it themselves, they do get noticeably stronger. They're going to have fallout. There's things they're going to lose. I got the High Priestess, which to me is a balance of like success and failure. The High Priestess takes that blend of success and failure, pulls it all together, and kind of like, this is what we have, and we're going to make the best of it. The High Priestess is very honest, kind of like, it's not ideal. It was never going to be ideal, but we did the best of what we had. We made the best of what we had. It's kind of like looking in the pantry. All right, there's some tomatoes. There's a cheap sauce here. There's some noodles. We don't really have a meat to go with this, but we do have some carrots we can make to the side. Maybe it's not the ideal dinner, but it's dinner, and it'll fill you up and it'll get you going. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make the best of what we have. The ideal? No. I would like this, that. I would like the grated cheese. I'd like the meatballs, maybe a little bit extra cheese on top to, bake into it. No, it's not going to happen this time. We don't have all that stuff, but we're going to take the tomatoes and the cheaper sauce, and we're going to make a spaghetti dinner. We're going to have carrots as the side dish. Again, maybe not the ideal thing we want, but still, it'll feed us, it'll get us some energy, and we'll move on. And they have to pull it together. They have to pull it together. This will actually start changing their attitude. This is going to change their attitude. It's very stressful for them. Something I feel like you could handle a lot easier. To you, I feel like looking from the outside in, you're like, it's not that bad if you just move this way and do this. So like, I feel like you can look at this and be like, if they just push forward, go a little farther, I feel like you're also looking at that. If they just went a little farther, this could be a bit better, and they could also set themselves up for future success. It's hard not to say it, but I feel like if you just kind of keep it to yourself and for now, let them reset their own situation, let them handle the whole thing. If they don't know you're watching, there's a lot of stress, but the thing is, they're afraid of it, but they will succeed. They will hold it together. They're going to hold the line, and they're going to make it work out. There's some stress coming in with it, obviously, but they will do better. I feel like if we can do this, I feel like you might not even tell them after the fact that you knew what was going on. I feel like you still might keep that to yourself. Because I feel like just keep watching, let them tell you things. It's more of a passive energy. Tell me what's going on. Oh, really? Oh, it looks like you did well with that. Let them tell you what they want to tell you. Things are much, much better. It's funny with the glamour and the health coming in together. It's kind of like, I see it's going better. I'm pretending that I'm happier with it than I am. I'm pretending that I don't know things. That's the glamour. I'm pretending that I don't know things. It does work out better for them. They own more. They own more, and they do better. especially when they don't think you know what's going on, even though you do. And you seem to, the more they think you don't know, the more information you do know. That's very interesting. Like, the less that they think you know, the more that you actually know. The information just kind of floods over. It's almost like other people are like, do you know this is going on, Scorpio? You're like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And people are just coming and giving you information. You're like, okay. It's fine. Relax. They will do much better. You do have this outcome. The Sun card is your outcome. I feel like you're not afraid of somebody going through a little bit of a stress moment. You're like, it's not going to kill them, and they'll grow, and they'll learn from it. They'll be fine. I'm keeping an eye. I have an eye on it. They're all right. But you're also going to see some growth here that you're like, it's long overdue. It's long overdue growth, but you are seeing it, and you're like, you know what? Maybe we're going to keep handling things this way for a while. Let's see how far we can go handling things this way. Because I want growth for them, and I want things to go better. I'm not looking to play Scorpio the superhero. I'm not looking to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. The holding back is really, 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 really serving you. I feel like you're, especially with the Sun card as your outcome, I think you really love the outcome from this. You're very happy. Yeah, you don't think this is going to be perfect. But I feel like you're also, there's something else here. There's a balance to this. You're staying out of something, and you're making this a rule. You might be making this a rule. I'm going to know what's going on, but I'm going to keep my hands off of it unless it seems necessary. I feel like I'm just keeping an eye on it. You have a lot of other things, a lot of aspirations you could do anyway, but I feel like you're definitely keeping your eye on it. People are letting you know what's going on. I feel like this might be a rule for you. You might kind of like, you know, I really like how this has improved their life. I want their life to go better, and this is how it goes better for them. As long as I can keep my eye on it, I will stay out of it as long as I can. I feel like that might be a new rule coming in for you. And we know Scorpio, at least in my opinion, Scorpio's kind of like, I'm only going to uphold a rule as long as it's effective. If there becomes a point where you're like, this rule isn't working for me anymore, then you'll ditch the rule. But when I see it for you, when I'm getting this rule energy, it's kind of like I'm trying to hold to this rule until it's like really looks like it's a bad idea. If I'm starting to see a bad outcome from this rule, I will drop it. But it's not like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not going to breach it unless I really feel I have to, and then that's a whole nother story. So when I feel like from now going forward, I'm going to treat this like a rule, I'm just going to stay out of it. I'm still going to keep my eye on it, and if it looks like I need to break that rule, I will, but I'm going to be very like reluctant to break that rule. I hope that makes sense. I think we're good. Alright. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4. astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.